Hey, what's up, Eternal Eclipse? Can you let me know how my audio is doing? What's up, everyone? This is like a last-minute stream because I can't stream tomorrow on Wednesday, which is when I usually stream. And I figured I'm still kind of in hiatus, so I don't want to be forgotten. No, but I really like streaming, so I figured I would just hop on. Especially since normally Kyle and Paul do their awesome hardware. And I think they couldn't do today because Kyle's still getting back from Japan or something. So I think people are normally expecting to watch some sort of stream on Tuesday nights. So hopefully I can fill in and we can just hang out and look for deals and stuff. Because even though I'm not uploading videos and stuff, I'm still buying things. And I'm doing projects in the background that you can't see. So, okay. So I'm just going to hang out for a bit, let people join since this was announced very last minute. And I will hang out with chat. China number one. Let's see. Oh, double audio? No. Is it double? Okay, people are saying it's fine. So, should I get an R9 390 for $150? I think that's a pretty good price. Just because when you overclock it, it's pretty comparable to the GTX 970, which for $150 I think is a good price. Because you're looking at 1060 levels of performance right there, and it's really hard to find it for under 200 right now. If anything, it's usually like 225 or 250, depending on if you're getting like a 3 or 6 gigabyte variant. So you can't really find any better, right? And then the 1050 Ti, I think sometimes those are being marked down to around 150, and the 390 would be way better. So I would get it. Can I use a GTX 660 on your AMD A6 7400K? I don't remember exactly where the 7400K is in terms of the hierarchy. Let me check real quick. Those AMD APUs are very... I've only played with a couple of them before, and they usually aren't that powerful. So... PUBG or Fortnite? Honestly, originally I was more of a PUBG person, but Fortnite is a lot smoother of an experience. And I feel like it can run on way more systems, like with lower specs. It's more optimized. There are things about Fortnite that I don't like, but I can see why it's taking over. I personally don't play either of them seriously, so it's not like I... have a really strong opinion on it, but I don't feel bad for PUBG at all. I think they announced the 400 million player sale today, which is like the first time they officially ever reduced the price. And my thought was that that's kind of too late because they waited for this long for Fortnite to like surpass them, and then now they're trying to do that. So yeah, let's see. Is DDR2 relevant in 2018? And could you make a video showing this comparing all the DDR? I take that back. I was gonna say I don't own any DDR2 RAM, but I think I do. I think only like 4 gigabytes though. I don't really usually do systems that old, just because I don't need more stuff kind of sitting around that's not being used, and it's harder to move that stuff. But you got a GTX 1060 6GB for $160. That's a really good price. That's an amazing price, actually. RX 4GB counterparts. I'm guessing you mean like the RX 560 and 460, the 4GB variants. I wouldn't say so because they're not that strong of cards to begin with. But yeah. One second. My girlfriend is actually calling. Uh-oh. Whoops. I missed the call. But let's see. No, I wouldn't pay more for a RX 464 gigabyte personally. I think the 2 gigabyte one performs well at 1080p. All right, let me switch up the stream real quick for. Whoops, the heck. Okay. Here we go. All right, let me show chat. Oh, congrats, by the way, Pika, on graduating. I saw your Twitter post. What kind of RAM would you pair? My i7 6700K, I actually have a HyperX Fury, and it's only 2133 megahertz because it was really cheap about 2 years ago. So I just have 16 gigabytes of it. So, what are my thoughts on AMD giving away Threadrippers to Intel winner? To the Intel winners for the 86. I don't know. It's kind of weird because they're like a major corporation and they're doing it to be, I guess, quote unquote savage, or they're trolling them. I'm really curious who was the idea behind it. Was like, what I'm more curious, who cares what I have to say? Like, what does Lisa Su and them have to say about it? You know, people higher up in the AMD. Like, who was the one who launched that campaign? As a consumer, I guess it's kind of fun to see the companies poke fun at each other. And Intel took the joke pretty well. They were saying, "Hey, thanks for helping us celebrate it," which is, I guess, they took the higher road, and they were just showing that they, you know, it doesn't faze them at all. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird because you see Wendy's and McDonald's and Burger King, those types of companies poking fun at each other. But that's just usually over Twitter only. But for AMD to actually do something where they're actually like trading in physical CPUs, and there's actually some, you know, some object like related to it versus just banter on Twitter, that's taking another step, and I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. How much did you build your system for? I built mine for about $1,000. I have a video on my channel if you want to see. Wendy's Twitter is lit indeed, especially for that guy who got the free nuggets right after he got so many retweets. So they pull some of those stunts, which is pretty cool. Do you have to stream while I have class? I usually stream at this time, regardless of what day it is, Tuesday or Wednesday. I usually stream around 5 p.m. PST. Hey, what's up, Tuscany Valley? AMD should be training specialist. Okay. R9 390 versus GTX 970. I think our 390s are still technically worth more. I think I saw them on Hardware Swap. The miners are still trying to sell them for quite a bit, so you can get it for pretty cheap. I don't know, with cryptocurrency being the state that it is right now, how much longer those cards are going to be worth any more than NVIDIA. But I would take either or. It doesn't matter to me if they're around the same price. 2200G for video editing. If you're doing basic edits, you can do that on almost any CPU, but if you want to do YouTube or like actually get into it seriously, I would recommend the 2400G over the 2200G. I mean, it's gonna be able to edit, but it's kind of what would be considered entry level right now. An R9 290 is like a 1050. Wait, what? It's way better than a 1050. It's better than the 1050 Ti. Hey, what's up, Sweet Wet Lol? Okay. Oh, what is this? Final Fantasy. So, I'm going to start just looking at random deals and continue to hang out with you guys and chat. How do you pronounce that person's name? Triple X Tentation? Is that how you say it? I don't think I've heard any songs from him, or if I have, it was on the radio and I wasn't sure of who it was. So when I heard about that on Twitter, I looked it up a bit, and I know there's some controversy about that. But he was pretty young, and that was very unfortunate that he did die. I don't think anyone deserves to really die, even though, you know, people were saying he has an abusive past, all that. I'm not going to get into all that, but I was seeing people saying, like, I didn't realize how big he was. People were saying he was going to be, you know, really big if he had not passed away. I wasn't aware of that, but then again, right now I'm just listening to EDM music, so I'm not really in the know for when it comes to hip-hop or whatever genre he is. Okay. Tentation. Well, Tion. I'm guessing is Shun. Tentation. Okay. Let's see products. So let's look at the B stock. I think Aussie. Let's see Ostox Hardware. Aussie just tweeted out that. Yeah. So the last week on Tuesday, like at midnight, Tuesday to Wednesday midnight. They had sales on like so many graphics cards on EVGA. I'm not sure how many they actually had in stock, but the 1050 Ti's, when I posted it, I think they were 120, but I posted it like an hour or two before it actually, the deal dropped down to the 60, and then I don't know how fast those went. So if you are looking for a graphics card right now, keep an eye on EVGA's B stock from basically for the next, I guess, 6 hours or so. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that even if they don't get to this crazy low levels of, you know, $60 for 1050 Ti. Even if it hits 120, I'd say that is a decent deal. I'd rather get a GTX 770 personally, but some people would rather have, you know, a 1050 Ti so that they don't have to upgrade a power supply, or they want the newest line of cards. Okay. I'm also mostly EDM listener. I used to listen to a lot of rap actually, a lot of rap in high school, but I never really liked mainstream rap. But I also don't want to be one of those kind of hipster type guys who's like, I like the underground scene. But I liked a lot of the rappers that weren't really mainstream or played on the radio, and yeah. But now I just listen to kind of whatever if it's on the radio, but as you can see in my videos, I usually put EDM over it because when I'm at work, it's easy to listen to EDM. There's no lyrics, so it doesn't distract you as much. Okay. So, probably, let's see. They're going to have their, I'm guessing the 600 watt on sale. It's not on sale yet. Okay, so we should probably wait until midnight. Yeah, there's nothing. Sometimes they go on pre-sale. I've seen deals go on live on Tuesdays, I thought, in previous weeks. But there's nothing right now, so we will wait. We will wait. Yeah, 1050 is going for 130. Okay. So let's keep an eye out on this later. But I think there was some stuff on Build a PC sales. What is EVGA B stock? Is it used parts or extra they find in the factory? So it's what they call refurbished, and they do put a 1-year warranty on it, but it's not necessarily like broken parts, because when you think of refurbished, you think of like, all right, I filed the warranty, I send in my broken card, they'll send me a new one, but then they take that one and they can fix it up and, let's say, resell it, right, after they test it and all that. But it could also be open box deals, returns, or I've also heard that it's part of the EVGA Step Up program. So when people buy a graphics card close enough to when the next line of cards release, they can step up by paying the difference. So then EVGA takes that old card back and then they can sell it, especially if it's like still in good condition, as B stock. But it's effectively used and you get less of a warranty, but then you also get a discount. So and yeah, EVGA has really good customer service. I've never really heard anyone say anything bad about them, but if you go on like PC Master Race or Build a PC sales or anything, anytime people talk about customer service with EVGA, I've only seen positive experiences. So yeah. Had one deal. Wait, let's see. Yeah, 780 Ti is about a 970, and power hungry cards, but I actually just put one into a build that I'm selling to someone recently, and I think it still performs well. Okay. This, I'm curious why this Founders Edition 1070 for 310 got, if you see right here, this got 0 upvote. It actually got downvoted to 0, but I would say this is a pretty good price considering what we're seeing right now. but oh, okay, I remember now. So if you want to build the PC sales and you're looking for a 1070, you're gonna see this is about 300 with $10 shipping. And this guy has, this isn't a scam or anything. It's a normal account with transactions and 100% positive feedback. But a lot of people in the comments were saying that these were probably mined with, because this guy says he'll take Bitcoin, Ether, or Ripple. So I would personally be okay with buying it still. It doesn't look like you can make a lower offer, but 310 for a mined card, and it's only the Founders Edition one. We're not seeing many other 1070s go on sale, though. When I go through all the listings, I usually see a lot of 1070 Ti's recently go for about $450. So this is a decent amount lower than that. But for 310, if it wasn't mined on, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have uploaded this. So I would personally be comfortable with a mined on card. I know a lot of people aren't. So it depends on what you find through your research. I bought cards that were mined on before with no issues. Okay. Oh yeah, wait, 1 terabyte ADATA. Coalition is saying 1 terabyte ADATA for under 200. Here's the thing though, I'm seeing 2 terabytes for 250 like almost every week. We'll go to it right now actually. It should be on the front page. Where are you at? Come on, it was a Micron. Here it is. And I think I don't get taxed with a Rakuten. So if we're hovering around 200 for a 1 terabyte, I would almost, you have to apply the discount, then it'll be down to 250. I would rather pay a little bit more and get a double the capacity. The Coalition, I'm not sure if you're talking about like NVMe or M.2 or something. If we're talking about 2.5, I've been looking at this and have been so close to pulling the trigger so many times. Every week it just keeps on hitting this 250. So I'm hoping like another sale can maybe push it down towards 220 or 200, and I might pull the trigger. Because if you bought SSDs a long time ago and you've been holding on to them, you get to a point where you'll have multiple SSDs in your system and all your stuff is scattered across them. Like I have 2 or 3 SSDs in my system right now. It would just be so nice to put them all into one and consolidate them. Then I could sell the other SSDs in builds or something. But hey, thanks for the donation, Sir Media. I appreciate it. Is it fun to use Vega 8 iGPU for 1440 by 900? Heck yeah. I used Vega 8 for 1920 by 1080 and I got pretty decent performance. So 1440 by 900 should be even better. Go to my latest, or not my latest build, but the build where I did do the 2200G and I overclocked it a bit. And look at the performance that I was getting at 1080p on that and see if that's good enough for you, then you'll do even better at 1440. Okay. Is it recommended to have an SSD? Yeah. I sometimes do cheap builds still that don't have SSDs, but that's when I'm pushing like under $200 or something. Because if you think about, a 120 gigabyte SSD, that's $20 to $30, so that's more than 10% of the total cost. Which it's not the worst thing in the world, but when I'm trying to push for performance per dollar and SSDs don't get you any more benchmark scores, I usually leave it out. But definitely recommend it if it's going to be like your daily use computer, to get an SSD, even like a 60 gigabyte one, if you can find a used one for like 15 or 20 bucks. 120 gigabytes are going pretty regularly on sale for $25 on Newegg and eBay. If you check Build a PC sales every week, something comes up for around that price. I would definitely recommend it. If you never used SSD before, get it and you will thank yourself later. I know some people are on tight budgets, but yeah, I would recommend it. Even if your budget is like, if you have up to like $300, go for it. Okay. Vega 8 performance with slow 8GB DDR4 versus RX 460. Even if the Vega 8 had fast DDR4 memory, RX 460 will blow it out of the water. But I didn't try testing it at like stock 2133 megahertz to see what the difference would be. I think Didn't Steve from Hardware Unboxed do that? I'm sure there were a lot of channels that did test the Vega 8 at the multiple RAM speeds. You should definitely pull that up on YouTube and look at the differences. I don't remember them off the top of my head. Okay. Give me 1 second. Is a 1063 gigabyte and 2200G good, or should I get G5400? It depends on how much you can get the motherboard for that G5400. But there's no point in getting a 2200G though if you are getting if you already have a graphics card. I know it's slightly faster than the 1200, but I would save the money because you can get 1200s. Ryzen 3 1200s for really cheap now, and you can overclock that, or you can get the 5400. It would depend on what the prices were. Coalition, you're building another HP Z400X. Where do you meet when you sell those builds? I'm just curious. Do you have people come to your house, like your garage, or do you go to like a Starbucks? And how many times have people asked you to test it in front of them, where you have to like bring a monitor, a keyboard, and mouse and stuff? I'm curious. Usually I try to take care of that by filming a video of the PC working on like a benchmark, and then asking or telling them, hey, if you want to test this out, you gotta bring your own monitor and keyboard and mouse, because I'm not gonna do all that for you. And that usually deters them from wanting me to test it in front of them. Tell me the best motherboard for an i7-8700. Well, if you're not going to get the K version and you're not going to be overclocking, I don't even know what the cheapest Coffee Lake motherboard is. Let's see. Now that they're all in stock, I mean, you can just get a bottom of the bin motherboard. Wow, there's so many to choose from. I don't know if there would be any best. When you're not looking for too many features like that, I mean, make sure you get the amount of RAM sticks that you want. Depending on if you're just going 16 across 2, or if you want to basically go to 32 gigs, then you're probably going to want 4 slots. But other than that, it's hard to say what a best one is, because I haven't had all the motherboards in front of me, and rarely do channels ever like do a side-by-side comparison of all of them. Though I think Tech Deals does that sometimes, as well as Level 1 Tech and a few others. I don't even have like a B360 on hand. I do have a Z370 though that is coming in to pair with my 8700K. So, hey, later, PJ. Hey, what's up, Nate? I'm still on a conference call. Is that for work? Man, you need to focus on your work instead of watching my stream where I'm just kind of not really doing anything too important. Okay, let's see. Give me 1 second. I gotta see what the girlfriend was calling about. But we will keep going through the deals. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. And can report. Wait. Oh, they come to your house. Okay. That makes sense. Especially, do you have a security system in your house? I wouldn't be too worried if I had that too, because if something happened to the PC and they got mad and they wanted to come vandalize my house, I would have a security system. Oh, hello? I'm streaming. Yeah, what's up? You on the way home? Okay. I parked on the side so you can just go straight into the garage. Okay. Did you need me to do anything in terms of dinner prep? We can do that. Okay, well, you can do that as well. Okay. How close are you to home? Like half an hour? Okay. See you at home. I love you. Bye. Bye. No, watch one. Okay. Black Friday. Yeah, that's the first thing when I get my own place. Like, when I say get my own place, I mean when I own a home. I don't want to put security cameras up on a rental. I'm gonna definitely invest in that. I've seen too many. Like, I have friends with security systems, and it's been useful for them. Like, they've seen people stealing packages off their porch. And one of my friends, he saw homeless people break into his car like multiple times. He lives closer to the city though, where that's more common. So, but it would be useful to have. Okay. When will G-Fo be showing her face? I think I mentioned in a stream before that she will be showing her face at 200,000 subscribers, which means that's a long time away because, especially since I'm not uploading content regularly right now, channel growth has slowed down quite a bit. So for now, she's just pixelated, and you can hear her voice. That's it. Okay. What is a GPU? A good GPU under $80 used? You're thinking a 750 Ti. If you want more performance, go for a 270X. That's an R9 270X. If you're lucky, you can get a GTX 770. That might be pushing it though. Like the 680s I've seen in my area go for as low as $80. That'd be a really good card. It would be similar to 770. A 670. Yeah, with $80, you're not gonna make a really drastic leap from a 750 Ti. So, if you can find a HD 7950, which is effectively an R9 280, it's 3 gigabytes, and those are pretty close to the GTX 960 in terms of performance. Yeah, or if you're lucky, you can get a 960 like Manandi is saying. Yeah. Between a 970 and a 1060 6 gigabyte, if they were the same price, obviously go for the 1060. But I don't think that's the case. Usually, I actually just got a 970 for under 150. And if you're comparing 6 gigabyte 1060s going regularly for like 250 to 220, I would say to go for a GTX 970, because that $70 you save, percentage wise, I think you're getting better bang for buck. Am I gonna pause hardwareize my garage into like a dedicated one of the? Oh yeah, so definitely we're looking for 4-bedroom houses right now. So that's gonna be 1 guest bedroom, room for me and my girlfriend, which is the master. Her sister gets room, then 1 for my office. So it's gonna be similar to the setup I have now. Garage, we're gonna have to park all the cars in the garage, so I don't think I'm gonna have that much space in there. What year was the R9 270X? What year was that? 2013? Let's see how good I am on that. Dun, 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 dun. October 2013. All right. So, it was late. So, it was almost 2014. I barely got that right. But, yeah. So, that's kind of crazy to think that's almost 5 years old now. But, AMD didn't do that much between, like, the HD 7000 series to the R9 300 series. Those were all kind of like refreshes, very small incremental upgrades. So that means this card, I use this in a build recently, this exact one right here, with 1 broken fan, and it played 1080p still just fine. Okay, search Cybertron on Best Buy. Okay, we'll do. Nate. This is a recommendation by Nate. Cybertron PC. Is it this one right here? The Palladium. Okay. Nate, also, if you want to link it with the broken links, I could paste it in here too. Unless, am I looking at the right one? I don't think so, because if you're paying $800, why are you only getting a 1050? This might not be the right one. Okay. You found it, but you said you found an FX 4130 GT 610 32 gigabytes of DDR3. Oh, for 650. Okay. What GPU should I go after having a GTX 1050 Ti? I would go for 1070. That would be the next thing for me. I don't think this 1060 6GB would be really worth it. Hey, see you later, Pure Mind Identity. Have a good one. School's over now. I can stay up and watch nerds and make actual content. Heck yeah. I can only imagine what I would have been doing in the summers in high school and college if I made a YouTube channel back then. Like how much I could have gotten done instead of making one after I've been well established in my career. But it's kind of too late to dwell on the past. So yeah, if you guys are interested in YouTube, you know, I see so many people leave comments and you know, messaging and tweeting out like, oh, I'm gonna make a channel eventually, and it usually goes on to the point that they never actually do it. They just kind of talk. If you are interested in getting to YouTube, I'd say start just making videos on whatever you can. Just dive right into it. Otherwise, you're just gonna push it off and make excuses forever and never get anywhere. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Philip? Thanks for joining the stream. How's it going for you? Any new updates to your system? Ever since you got that, the 290X most recently? Okay. Do you know if EVGA ships internationally? I would think they don't. Or if they did, they would charge an arm and a leg for it. Because there would be no reason for them to do so. Yeah. Can a 2200G handle a GTX 1060 6GB? You're asking if that's going to be a bad bottleneck, I'm guessing. I would say that it would bottleneck, but if you're playing at 1080p, you're still going to get a lot of frames or a high FPS on most titles. It wouldn't be the best pairing, in my opinion. I would go up to a Ryzen 5 at that point, but if that's all you got, it's not going to be horrible performance. That's what I'll say. Have you tried out the new Movie Maker? I have not. Man, I haven't used Windows Movie Maker since high school. I don't know if I used it in college. No, yeah, high school. Because in high school, I forgot what year it was, is when I eventually pirated Adobe Premiere Pro, which I'm not proud of. But yeah, that's when I made a jump away from Windows Movie Maker. When I started using Premiere Pro, which, looking back now, it's been over like 12 years now. Hey, what's up, Brad? Yeah, no, I haven't seen you on stream lately, though I have been seeing you liking stuff on Twitter, so thank you for that. Are all GTX EVGA 770 SC2 fan cards? I'm actually not sure. We can look that up, though. Yeah. For those of you who didn't know, I do not have a wealth of all knowledge in the world at the tip of my fingers. Okay, so let's see what they got here. Here's a 2GB version. Did they ever come with a 4GB? You're looking for the SC2 specifically, though, right? There's so many variations of them. I'm not seeing anything about 4GB, so it looks like the ACX version came in 4GB. Why are you asking? Did they bring the timeline back? When they screw up and switch to Windows Live Movie Maker, I was angry. I used to edit all the time. Let's see new Windows Movie Maker. We're all over the place tonight, guys. Deals-wise, I'm not sure if there's anything too hot. There was a gaming chair. I think it was a DX Racer for $250. Some people swear by these. I'm too cheap to buy one. I'm not sure if this is still on sale, but compared to their normal price, this is actually a pretty significant discount. Because they're normally $400. You can get the color version. Oh, it's no longer available. It's sold out. Never mind. Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. But some people in the comments were saying like they've used office desk chairs that were like more ergonomic, or that were priced to be, you know, more professional and ergonomic, and they said they like their DX Racer more. So it's very personal preference. If you can sit in one, and you can make the decision for yourself. $40? Oh man, who cares if it's not a 4GB version? For $40, I would totally take a 2GB 770. Yeah. Okay. In 2008, I had a job and lived at home. Was in college. I would have managed. Yeah. DaVinci Resolve is free and awesome. Yeah, that's what Lee uses. I'm not sure if Ozzy made the switch to that. I remember Ozzy was tweeting out for a while that he, I'm not sure if he tried it, but for free, I think Resolve has a lot to offer. I should probably go to it because the Premiere, I think it's like $20 a month for the subscription. It adds up pretty quickly, but I'm just so used to it and I don't want to change. I'm stubborn like that. And you can like pay for more features in DaVinci Resolve, right? It is free, but then they also have add-ons that you can pay for if you want. So it's like a kind of like freemium. Though you can get a lot without paying for anything, because I think Lee uses it completely free. All right. Hey, should I pair an i5 8400 with a GTX 1080 or 1080 Ti? I wouldn't say that's a horrible pairing, though. A lot of people would look at saying, why would you spend $700 on a graphics card and only like $200 for that processor? Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. 8400 is very capable, and it depends. If you're playing mostly stuff that's more graphics intensive, that's going to stress the GPU, then it's going to be completely fine. When you start pushing super high resolutions and the open world games and stuff like that, then you're trying to stream on top of that, then yeah, the 8400 is going to be limiting. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thanks for the clarification, Collation. I did not know about that. You can edit in 4K but not final render. Huh. Did you get your Coffee Lake system built yet? No. I gotta do an unboxing video because that's where the motherboard came in, and I have that kind of saved up. And the 8700K is sitting there. I gotta do that, and then I got a Corsair 280X coming in, but it's not for me. It's for my brother. So I'm gonna look at that case, and I'm gonna help him transfer his PC into there. And if I like the Corsair 280X after being hands-on with it, I'll buy one for myself, and then I'll do my system upgrade. So I'll upgrade the case, motherboard, and CPU all at once, because I don't want to put the CPU and motherboard into my case right now, and then a week later have to take it all out. That's like the biggest pain. A GPU swap or like power supply is quick and easy, but I just hate changing motherboards out of cases once it's in. Yeah, and I'm going 8700K. I have the box right here. Yeah. Didn't win. Did they already announce the 8086K winners? Because apparently I didn't win either if they did. Even if the 770 is 2 gigabytes, it would perform. Oh, heck no. No. It should not what the heck? I don't trust Hardware Compare or any of those very generic kind of, you can put any two graphics cards against each other and it just gives you some bar graphs. Definitely not. Yeah. But for $40, great deal, man. Bro, the worst thing happened to me. There was a 560 for $100 Best Buy. Then I waited the next day and went up $30. Yeah, I remember seeing that deal. And then the 550 was going for like 60 or $70. I didn't tweet that out because I feel like if you look in your used market for $100, assuming you're in the US, and that you don't have the worst, PC market around you ever, you should be able to get something better than a 560 performance-wise for $100. You should be getting like a 770, which is the card I keep on going back to, or like an R9 280 or something. And if not, you can check Hardware Swap or eBay or all those other sites. For $100, I think you can do better than a 560. If I won an i7 88, would I trade it for a Threadripper? How much are those 8086s? So those are okay. But the Threadrippers recently got a price drop, right? So is this their new dropped price? $450? Oh wait, no, that's the 1900. 1920, where's the 1950X? Here it is. On Amazon. I thought I saw on Twitter today they got like a $250 price drop, unless this is already reflective of that. I already have an 8700K, so I don't really need an 8086, even though it's a higher binned version. It'll guarantee higher overclocks, I guess, but I don't know. I would probably get the Threadripper because I like this case. I don't need two of the same CPUs essentially, and I already got my 8700K for around 190, so it's like as discounted as I could get. Yeah, the 770 is right there with the 960 and 1050 Ti, which is why we're saying that hardware compares BS when it says it can beat a 1060. Oh, that's a reflective price. Okay, so it's not taking another 250 down. Well, it was 1K originally, but it's kind of weird to think that it's still that high, especially with all the new stuff coming out. Okay. Here's a no rebate mini 1080 for $500. It's a Zotac one. Yeah, I think it's also 500 on Newegg for this the same 1080. What is everyone looking for right now in terms of deals? For me, I'm looking for a new SSD, so I'm keeping my eye out on that 2 terabyte SSD. The Micron one that goes on sale a lot. What graphics card are you using again, Coalition? I forget. I think you mentioned it when I asked a stream or two ago, but then again, that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I found a 980 Ti for $98 without one fan, but is it true and should I buy it? Is this on Craigslist, Let Go, or OfferUp or something? If it has one less fan, I would totally still buy it. Just make sure it's an actual 980 Ti. Make sure it actually works still. I would definitely buy it. I would just slap on a case fan and zip tie it to it or something. $98 for a 1070 level performance? Yeah, go for it. You're looking for a deal on another 8GB stick of DDR4. So DDR4 is still floating around when a deal comes around, about $70 for 8 gigs. I've been looking in the local area. I haven't been seeing that many RAM deals, though we can look right now. Cause deals be popping up left and right, and I haven't checked for a couple of days. So we're looking, this is my local area. We got 16 gigs. Okay, this is Everett. This is actually down the street from me. So I can get 2400 megahertz RAM for $60 per 8 gigs right here. Brad, if you want to drive all the way up here, I know it's about an hour drive for you. You can pick this up. We got $75 here. 2400. Oh, it's ECC RAM. Yeah, so not many RAM deals in my local area, so I haven't been stocking up on RAM or anything. A kid tried to sell this on Let Go for $650. Okay, let's take a look. They still sell these at Best Buy with the FX4130 in it. Oh, wow, they do. $540. 4130 processor and a GT610. So the kid added in another 24 gigs of RAM. Yeah. This case, oh, it looks like a plastic toy. Wait, are you arguing with this guy, Nate? 32 gigabytes of DDR3. DDR3 is probably like for 8 gigabytes, $40. I think that's being generous. So $40 times 4. Yeah, 160, 150. Yeah, about there. It does look like a cheap toy. Yeah. So he added in another 150. So I guess that brings it up to 700, but this is not anywhere near worth this price. So He's trying to rip someone off, or he got ripped off himself and he's trying to sell it back to get his money back because he actually bought this and then realized it was a piece of crap. So he threw in RAM and hopefully thought that sweetened the deal. But you're calling him out on his BS. The kid is nuts. Well, a lot of people on Craigslist and Let Go and all those are nuts. So, okay. And yeah, that case is straight out of 2010. Let's look at graphics cards in my area. I usually like looking for stuff around the $150 price point. So, like, if I can find a 970 or something, I guess a 1060. Let's see what people are pricing them for. So 3 GB 1060 for 180. Here's one for 170. Not too bad. Nothing. So you gotta go for something older. Like let's see if I can find another 770 or like a 680. Nope. Oh, there's a bad price right here. Yeah, so it doesn't look like the quick search. My area doesn't have anything. Sir Media, can you try editing one of your videos on Shotcut? Thanks for the donation, by the way. I don't know what Shotcut is. It's a free open source cross-platform video editing. Okay. So stable release. Okay, so it's still being updated. Anyone in the chat use this before? It looks, just from looking at that, it looks kind of like, well, I'm not gonna, I guess I can't say it looks kind of like Premiere Pro because a lot of programs probably have this kind of layout where there's some timeline and then some effects on the side and then like the panel. But I'll take a look at this. I probably won't be able to get my intro because unless this has keyframing and all that stuff, so I can't do like my little title, but I'll download this and take a look. Windows 64-bit. Okay. Okay. Found 16 gigabytes of, oh, nice. 2400 DDR4 RAM for 110. $55 per 8 gigabytes. Really nice. Adrian, you can't just tell people they're scamming. It's not scamming. Okay. So, I'm going to do a video about scam / ripping off sometime in the future. I have it planned out. I just haven't done it yet. But you can't just throw around the word scam, because a scam is like if you steal money from someone. It's more ripping off because you're still getting a computer even though you're paying a lot for it. So, you're getting ripped off. Scam would be like if he wanted a money order from you in return for promising to send you the PC. So, yeah. Start using the word rip off now. Okay. Do you think people would trade my Corsair K55 for a Red Dragon, a hardware swap? Here's the thing. The Red Dragon is not that expensive a keyboard. The K552, is that the $50 one? Oh, that's a $30 one. And you have a Corsair K55. The thing about shipping keyboards is they're kind of awkwardly large shaped, so you can't put them in the really small mailers. So it's gonna be anywhere from $10 to $15 to ship, and we're trying to ship. Wait. K55. And this is about I guess on eBay it's $30. Yeah. So these aren't expensive keyboards to begin with. And by paying $15 on each end to ship them, I think it kind of devalues them even more. It'd be more worth it to just go out and buy it. But is this not a mechanical keyboard? Oh, the K55. Yeah, that's the one that has like RGB and stuff, but is it mechanical? Quiet and satisfying. I don't believe it is. But I kind of don't buy high-end or like name brand keyboards anymore, so. Decent keyboard, but hard to move because shipping. Yeah, it's membrane. Okay. So, I would just say to buy the K552 and try to sell your... Because Amazon's going to have free shipping for you. Try to sell your K55 locally for like $25 or something. Because that's about how much you're going to get, or even less if you try to ship it. So, And man, these are $30 now. I remember when I bought it was 40. Is this like the permanent low price now? This is still a great keyboard. Like I still have it functioning perfectly fine. I use it on like my test benches usually. RX 460 for $80. That's like the upper limit of what I would pay for one. Pro Luck Plays. Where are you from? Let's see if we can look in your Craigslist for anything better. Because for $80, like I said, you may be able to get something better than that. And we can search for that on stream right now. Would you recommend the Hyper 212 or a water cooler for overclocking? Well, it depends on what cooler you're actually getting. Because a lot of those 120 millimeter radiators, they're not that much better than tower style coolers. If not, they're like the same. So if you're considering something 240 millimeter, then you might get a slight benefit, but it depends on which one too, right? Not all-in-one coolers are made the same. You definitely have to look at the comparison between them. And there are a lot of people, I'm not sure if Hardware Unboxed has done comprehensive ones, but I know there are lots of websites out there that have gone through all the coolers and they keep the same variables for all their tests, so you can see a direct side-by-side comparison. I would say the 212 is still a pretty good competitor for how much it costs, as well as any of the CrowdRig coolers. I'm personally going to go from my 240 millimeter H1, is it H110 or H100? I have an H100i. I'm going to go back to a tower style cooler when I change my build out. Nah, just looking around, nothing serious. Okay, just seeing what good prices are. Maybe $70 for that RX 460 would be like more of a thumbs up approval. Brad, $70 in the Bellevue area, GTX 960 WindForce Overclock Edition. That's a good price. Bellevue is still like a half-hour drive for me, so I don't know. I don't need one right now for a build, so I'll probably just let that one slide. The graphics cards in Washington have been pretty good to us, so gonna do the TechYes BTG Double Tower Special. I vaguely recall that. Made a super budget build from scratch for $65. Robex, nice. Yeah, sure. Shoot it over to me, Robex. Any 1050 Ti good deals? Keep an eye on EVJB stock. $120mm case fans. What's extremely cheap though? I find it hard to find anything under like $5 a fan, which is why I kind of went with those Halo iGo fans for $7 a piece, effectively. All right, Nate got a link for us. If you want extremely cheap case fans, you're probably gonna look for black plain ones from like AliExpress or eBay, coming from China. Okay, ooh, okay, M.2, $50 for how many? 240 gigs. Nice. Can I link this as a whole link? Does it work? It does. If you want to pay $120, you can have them install this for you and clone your drive over to it. But my digital SSD, I haven't seen much from this brand. I'm pretty sure they're fine. They probably source their memory from, you know, the big three. How do I send links in this chat? You can't. You gotta do what Nate did, where you put the link in and you space them out. Corsair AF120. Those aren't the RGB ones though, right? AF120 Corsair. For $8 at Fry's. How much is that on Amazon? You can get a 2 series. Wait, for $8. Is it the LED one? Because these are normally pretty cheap anyway. So this works out to about $9 a piece. Oh, it's red. Okay, still cheaper. The only thing about... Is there a rebate with that Fry's one? Let's see. Fry's. Oh, yep, there it is. $8. So it's instant savings for a single fan. Nice. Though I'm curious what we can find on Amazon. I'm not gonna be able to do like or look up the comparison, but it's a 120mm LED fan. Let's just see what we got. Yeah, you can get these Asia Horse ones for about $7 a piece. These ones, a Pivia, you can get five for 30, so it's $6 a piece. Cooler Master sickles have always been this cheap. What is this? A 3-pack of... This isn't RGB. It looks like they're fixed colors. But a 3-pack for $18? Yeah. It's just hard because there's so many of these, like, up here. I've never seen this brand until right now. It's hard to look at the comparisons. Though you can look at the comments and reviews. Because some people actually put the CFM and, like, the noise levels and stuff. You can compare this to, you know, other fans if you're looking for really cheap fans and see if this might work for you. I almost want to buy this just to, like, throw them into a cheap build to give it some aesthetic bling. But, here's a link to the pics. Okay. Is that going to say all the parts, though? Robex? So you say you build this for $65? Alright. Oh, okay, yeah, the specs are in here. Man, you got a 1090Ti in it and a GTX 650 and 8 gigabytes of RAM. Dude, this is awesome for $65. Did you buy this all at once or did you slowly piece it together? And where'd you get most of your deals from? Yeah, this is awesome, man. Like, for being under $100, I'm really impressed with the specs that you were able to get in there. Mainly because the RAM and I feel like the CPU would already push that to past that price easily. Then you have yourself a hard drive, a full legit case. You got the motherboard, GPU. Awesome. Good work. Slowly pieced it together. Okay. That makes sense because that's usually how these epic deals are, or epic builds, price performance wise, are put together. It's like a lot of once in a lifetime deals put together. Girlfriend is home. Did you hear the garage? She is home. So probably gonna have to go eat soon. I would not buy the up here's. Those ratings are probably because of the lighting. Yeah, true. It's a good point. Screws, 4-pin connection, Molex, 3-pin. Okay, so it's fixed speed. Let's see anything else. They can be quiet. Are they quite? They can be quiet at low speed to medium. All right, let me make sure this isn't pointing at the door, just in case. Okay. They're saying they're quiet. Yeah. Fixed speed. Wait. Hello? Welcome home. I'll be done in a second. Or not in a second, like a minute. Alright. So I think we've been on for close to an hour now. So, I'm going to start wrapping it up now. Thanks for joining, by the way, everyone. This was totally last minute. And, we do have a lot of viewers watching the stream live right now, so thanks. I know I haven't been posting videos. I do have stuff in the works, stuff like right behind me, and ideas. It's just, I mean, with all the house hunting and now I'm working a ton of overtime at work, it's really hard to mentally get in the zone for recording and making content. But hopefully these streams are something to hold you guys over with. she has been surprising me with things because my birthday's coming up and she's not gonna be here for my birthday, so she's been buying me gifts throughout the week, and I've been able to open them early. But what is this? So we get 20 meal. Okay. Hey, this isn't bad.
What are you gonna eat?
I'm gonna eat. Probably finish my curry from last week.
I can make you the
What are you making?
the glass noodle stingy.
Okay, that sounds good. Alright, I'll be down to help in a second. Thanks, babe. Tech gifts or other ones? I don't think they're techy. The thing is, with the tech gifts, she knows that I'm very particular about the tech things I want, so she's not going to buy me that. Because I can buy it myself and I'll get the exact thing I want, and she doesn't want to get it wrong. She buys me gifts of things that I think are cool, but I would never buy for myself because I'm too cheap. So then when she buys it, I can still enjoy the thing and not feel bad for spending money on it, I guess. Yeah, she's bought me cool stuff in the past, but y'all think a 780 is worth 120? It's I'd say it's barely worth it. For 100, yeah, heck yeah. But yeah, for 120, depending, I mean, I don't know what your local area is looking like. I would say it wouldn't be a bad deal. Make an Amazon list. I'm really bad about wish lists on Amazon. That's actually one thing that I never really got into doing. And I only recently did it for things that I know that I personally want to buy for myself, but not to show to people to buy. But that's a good idea. She actually knows, because anytime I want to buy something, I'm looking at it like constantly for a really long time, debating. Like at night when I'm on my phone, I'm looking at it. So she gets an idea of what I like, and she has bought me things that I've been looking at for a long time, but never pulled the trigger because I'm too cheap. So, you have over 50 lists. Holy crap. Danny boy, gonna be what, like 28? Nah, I'm about to be 29, man. Also, yeah, I forgot, we had some very similar birthdays, Philip. Your birthday is on... Yeah, we're only 2 days apart. So, happy early birthday to you, unless I see you next week before that. What's the best gaming laptop? Best gaming laptop or best gaming laptop for a particular price? Because we've been seeing a lot of 1050 Ti laptops go for around $600 to $700. You turned 28. Congrats, man. You're a June birthday. Lots of June people in here. Bro, what? I thought you were 18. I know. A lot of people think I'm 18. But that's about 1 decade off. Okay. Where were we at? I think we're just looking at random stuff. Oh, yeah. We're about to... Let me switch back over because I think we're going to get ready to close the stream off now. So I'm just going to hang out with chat for the next few minutes. You've aged well. Definitely look young for 29. Maybe super old from stress at 29. How old are you, Perspective? $500 price range. I don't think you can even get a... You might be able to get a GTX 1050 laptop for that. But for 500, from the last few weeks, I haven't been seeing anything that low, so you would have to go used market for that. In the used market, you should for sure be able to get something GTX 1050 in it. And for laptops, it basically goes... The performance for gaming is going to be driven by the graphics card. That's always the bottleneck. Almost always the bottleneck. So that's the biggest thing to take into consideration. Then afterwards, I mean, usually they throw in like an i3 or something, so you're going to be fine. Usually nowadays they have SSDs. If you're picky about the monitor, be sure to look into that before you buy it. And then keyboard and battery life. Okay. Hey, what's up, Stephen Din? Wishing you the best. Oh, thanks. Your Tech Avengers build. Thanks, man. I don't think we ever officially announced the winner, but I mean, the point of it was just to share really cool content with you all, and that we did that. So, and I'm really happy that I got to mod for the first time ever. So, I don't really care who the winner is, except for we all beat Thanos, I think, or Thanos. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay. Brad, GTX 1070 350 just north of red. Nah, man. After I got my 1070 for $200, I don't think I would want to spend more than 300 on one. Thanks though. Thanks for looking out though. Especially since we just found a Founders Edition one that we're mined on for 300 on eBay. Hey, the decal rule was, we've discussed that and everyone was cool with it. Plus, I didn't use the vinyl. And if you think about it, technically Toasty Bros, they use pre-cut letters to get that Captain America stencil. I think they did. I don't think they cut it out because those were too perfect. So that was a pre-cut vinyl. And Zach's Tech Turf also put it looked like a pre-cut decal, the little Avengers symbol that he put on there. So, I mean, they did the same thing too, right? Let's see. Yeah, they said they had a workshop that they could use, but I'm not sure if they did. It looked like from their build video, they did everything at home. So it looked like that either fell through or they saved it for a different video. But they had 3 people working on theirs. Which they said it was actually not a benefit because you had to get everyone to agree before you could start working. In terms of like straight, you know, hands-on labor, yeah, 3 people definitely makes it better. But to have everyone mutually agree, I guess you could run into hurdles there. What do you think of the 300 FX build? I actually have not had a chance to check out that video yet. Didn't they just release that today or yesterday? I gotta check that out, but it depends on what graphics card they put in there. I know people hate the FX series, but if they got a pretty beefy graphics card in there, the 300 might be, and you know, if they got an SSD and stuff, that might be okay. So I have to check that out before I can comment. But Toasty Bros are usually, wait, spendy. I'd rather build a 2200G. Okay, I definitely have to check it out now because it sounds like a lot of people were thinking it was too expensive. Oh, only a 370? Okay. Did they have like a big SSD or anything in there, or like a nice case? Yeah, 370 is not too powerful. What does a mini GTX 1080 perform as well as full size? I think a lot of people are saying it doesn't. It doesn't cool as well. And you may not get as good as overclocks. But if you're someone who usually runs stock and overclocks just a tad bit, then if the price is right, I would say pick it up. I know, right? Yeah, the Hulk in Infinity Wars was a tragedy. Though the Hulk Buster the whole time was pretty cool. Yeah, so it kind of sucks how we have to wait a whole nother year for the next part. There's so many, like, I think Ant-Man just came out, right? So I gotta get caught up on all those Marvel movies too, as they release. And then like Captain Marvel and all that. I'm poor. Please tell me a cheap PC for gaming. A cheap PC would be going to eBay. We'll do that. Actually, I'm not gonna do that right now because I gotta go soon. Go to eBay, find a pre-built Dell Tower with either an i3 2120 in it or an i5 2400. Replace these CPU. Replace the power supply and put a GPU in there. That's the cheapest build. Asus Strix 1080 Ti for $800. Yeah, that's one of the higher end 1080 Ti's. Let's see how much they're going for. Wait. So Asus ROG Strix. This is only a 1080. Yeah. Though the Strix line has always been really expensive. But hey, if you're happy with it, more power to you. What motherboards are used for a G4400 and has wireless Wi-Fi? Not a lot of the low-end cards or motherboards have Wi-Fi, so you're going to either need mini ITX. Usually you can find Wi-Fi cards already attached to those because they know people use them for HTPCs. or you're gonna need like a higher end one, which isn't worth it with the G4400. So I would say get one of those cheap wireless cards on Amazon. It's like a USB dongle or a PCI card for like $15, and get the cheapest B150 motherboard you can, or H110. Philip Tran, first one was better. Which one was better? Oh, should I see Deadpool 2? That's what you're responding to. I actually haven't seen... I'm not really a Deadpool fan. I think it's too much for me, if you know what that means. Like, I know he's meant to be like a fourth wall breaker, and he's supposed to be like ridiculous and tons of jokes and stuff, but even then, I felt like some of the jokes were too forced and try-hardy. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't hate Deadpool. It's just, I didn't like it as much as some people love it, but that's just a matter of personal opinion. So, so I wasn't too excited about Deadpool 2, and I don't even know I'm going to watch it until it comes out on DVD. Heck no. RX 480 and 580 for $500 is not... I wouldn't get that. I can't help you though, but that's Indonesia prices. I'm from the US, so I can't really give that much input on that. Okay. All right, so shout out to the mods tonight, by the way. I think it was Nate and Coalition for the most part, helping out with questions and just being very active. Thanks for attending the stream, guys. Especially since this was, like, I don't get together with mods and tell them whenever I stream, but these guys are usually there, so I really appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. And thanks for everyone else that showed up to the stream. I feel like my channel is slowly dying because I haven't been making videos for one thing, but also my growth based on what I've already made is also starting to slowly decline. So it was great to see as many people that showed up for the stream tonight. I'm slowly trying to get back into it. And I do have stuff in the works, as I've been promising. You know, that green screen covering that table back there isn't just for nothing. I am working on something. But I'm still going through this mental slump, as well as being very busy with house hunting and all that stuff. So I'm trying my best. But I'll still try to stream weekly. So yeah, and I'm always on Twitter, so you guys can hit me up there. Not really on Discord, just because I can't get into Discord. I don't know what it is about it. But yeah. Yeah, no problems, Nate. Don't worry. I mean, the deals, there weren't too many deals today. And usually when I do it on Wednesday, I feel like we at least find some stuff on EBJB stock. So this week it was just different. We're doing it on Tuesday. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. It's only Tuesday, so there's still 3 more days left. We're not on hump day yet, like we usually are. And yeah, hopefully see you in either next stream or the next video, whichever comes first. But thanks for attending the stream, everyone. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time.